Autumn reveals all.
The shady clearing.
Something terrible happened here.
Yep. Not right now. Hirosh's Church Mystery.
This area, it feels wrong somehow. I sense an old suffering.
Members of the local coven were persecuted here. And worse.
Witches?
Salem's history with witches may have been distorted over the years, but some things are true. The witches of Salem did their best to thwart Shaw, but he rallied his congregation against them. The catalyst of the infamous Salem witch trials.
Yes.
When the coven called out in distress, it was Lilith and Sarah who came to their aid.
They came all the way from Transia with the Abbey to help a group they had never met?
You may not believe it, but I'm sure you would have done the same. Isn't that why the Sons are here today? Aside from that, your mother and Sarah both saw the signs of Chthon's influence. They knew there was more happening in Salem than the persecution of witches.
Chthon's corruption had taken root in the New World just like the colonists themselves.
And while Lilith and Sarah were still preoccupied in Transia, they entrusted one of the Moon Seals to the Knights of Wundagore, who brought it to the Coven with the hope that its power would reinforce them enough to deal with Shaw.
But that is not what happened.
Nope.
Unfortunately, no. When the plague came to Salem, the same one that afflicted your father, Shaw used it to further agitate his flock by placing the blame squarely on the Coven.
And the witches?
The mob was vicious. And the rest is history.
But what about the Moon Seal?
After the trials, the Moon Seal vanished, along with Shaw. Without drawing any conclusions, I think we can both guess where it went.
If this was his church, then it is possible the seal is still here, or somewhere nearby.
You read my mind. Good hunting, dear.
Autumn must not see it that way. Was this always here? I may have forgotten a few things, but I feel as if I would remember a decrepit church on the grounds.
You may not remember the structure, but maybe you've heard of the man responsible for it? Hiram Shaw? This was his house of worship, and like a great many things on the grounds, Sarah preferred to keep it in a sort of mystic quarantine.
I see.
Even I haven't been inside.
Is that all she did while I slept? Seal things off for our protection?
She can be overzealous at times, but in this case, she was right to be wary.
So, what dark secret does this place hold?
You will
When Hiram Shaw first came to Salem,
that,
he was little more than a charlatan posing as a preacher. He managed to convince a few desperate souls to join his congregation, and with their help, he broke ground on this church. Whether it was coincidence or fate, in digging beneath the church, Shaw found something that would change the course of all of our lives. A long-forgotten page of the Darkhold.
If Shaw found a page of the Darkhold, it was because Kuthan wanted it that way.
maybe.
I tend to agree. That cursed book is always seeking out a way to return its master to power.
And a power-hungry preacher makes for the ideal messenger of darkness.
Yes, Shaw was an eager study, consumed almost immediately by the whisperings of Cthon and the Darkhold's power. Nearly overnight, the people of Salem, old and new, were at his threshold, waiting for the word.
More ordained knowledge. Shield system, full systems,
This must be Shaw's study. Oster smiles upon me.
Prepare to see this page, words of rage. The Hierophant.
This ward is not like anything I have seen on the grounds before.
And yet, it's familiar somehow.
Like the wards of protection that Wanda invoked to protect Dr. Strange's sanctum?
Very perceptive, dear. Maybe you should approach the good doctor and see if he has any insights.
Maybe.
And Hunter, be circumspect. Doctor Strange is no fool. Need something, dear?
Tell me about Hiram
By
Shaw.
all accounts, Hiram... As I understand it, he was a largely unsuccessful minister before his arrival at Salem, traveling from place to place, swindling whatever followers he managed to gain before being run out of town.
Oh.
To think that a simple man like Shaw finding a piece of the Darkhold was enough to set all of this in motion, it puts things in perspective.
What do you know about my father?
That's not an easy question, dear. What would you like to know? Was he a good man? Yes, I think he was. Your mother loved him dearly, and he doted over her. I think for a time she forgot who she was, where she came from. And I don't mean that as a bad thing. She and Sarah both deserve to find something more than just another fight with Chthon. Lilith did. Sarah didn't. At least, not for a while longer still. I honestly think that's the only thing she ever had against him, blood or not.
Maybe
Did Wanda
one-
ever make it to this place?
Yes.
I suspect she did. But if she discovered something, she didn't tell me. Until we speak again.
Not just.
The goddess disagrees.
Minna olmatus ikka keeg. What a strange place, so much history and so much corruption. More on Wanda's journal. The Weeders. Szögde se. Azt a mászolsz ma. Mind nézem. Azt hittem fejszak. Marta, the reference of a tree, the life take the limbs had some mortal judgment. Interrogation records.
He sees our path.
Oh. Cool. Arcane Mystery Key.
Autumn does not answer. Autumn, show me the way.
Autumn showed you the way. Margaret Adams. The Eerie Clearing.
There must not be anything here. The Son of Gaia approves.
The Son of Gaia.
Must not be her purview.
Okay. Cool. The Eerie Clearing. The Empress.
Fascinating.
Solemn Cemetery. Deadly Nightshade.
Intriguing. Blessings of the goddess.
Agatha's Cottage. The Foggy Hill. Caretaker, they I told the child of their mother.
Agatha's house. Ah, I see.
Handbook of the Wilds. Is it the lily that I know? Fragments of old earth. Evergloom, this ancient book is of a pleasant scent. Caretaker's journal. Shall no longer require an arcane key. Modern experimentation. The world. Advanced occult transmutation.
Autumn, show me that.
Cool. Another arcane key. Booyah.
The gods are fickle.
A legendary chest. Flame. Okay, okay. Cool. I mean, my powers are strong. I'm losing, but that isn't the worst of it. Action rule today. Bullseyes. Chala, the Emperor. Nature's King.
If I remember correctly, this is the grave of Will Walker, a notoriously vicious but effective vampire hunter. Blade would have liked him.
Maybe you also liked him.
Autumn thinks otherwise. The goddess must be busy.
Okie dokie. The ever-flowing glade. Surrounded are running short of chances to throw at me. The ancient rock face.
Autumn reveals all. She does not see it happening.
Elder Hippus.
Noble Oster guides my hand.
Se. A másik megy, mennyi lett az eret?
The gods are fickle. I need to find the next moon seal.